I invite you to open your hearts and look for paw prints. Paw prints that may reveal the life journey of a dog from your past, or perhaps that beloved, loving dog who fills your life with joy today. I will be talking about our relationship with dogs and how super pet parents save dogs' lives. They're called man's best friend. The American Pet Products Association estimates there are 70 to 80 million dogs in the United States, and approximately 37 to 47% of all US households have a dog. Now, many people who have dogs refer to them as members of their family. And when they talk about the love they share with their dog, they often describe it as unconditional and very special. In fact, it's been said, the day God made dogs, he just sat down and smiled. Now, dogs are sentient beings. They feel love, fear, pain, joy, anxiety, and more. When you look into the eyes of a dog, you see their soul. Now, the average dog is about as bright linguistically as that of a 2-year-old human child, says Professor Stanley Coren, who's a leading expert on canine intelligence. And now we know dogs far surpass us in the ability to smell. They sniff out drugs, bombs, diseases, yes, even cancer. We watch them work side by side with our military, our police, our ranchers, our farmers. They work as service dogs and bring the ability to function again to the person with the invisible or visible disability. They bring comfort as pet-assisted therapy dogs to our elderly, our children, our sick, and many others. Some dogs will protect and defend their human, even if it means their death. And yet, despite our dogs' impressive attributes and admirable loyalty, according to the Humane Society of the United States, approximately 2.7 million healthy adoptable dogs and cats, that's about one every 11 seconds, are put down in US shelters every year. Spay-neuter is a proven way to reduce pet overpopulation. Another proven way is a specific focus on our dogs, and that is training. In a study conducted by the National Council on Pet Populations and Policy and published in the Journal of Applied Animal Welfare Science, researchers identified 12 separate humane shelters throughout the United States and for 1 year studied why dogs and cats were surrendered. What they found was that 96% of all dogs surrendered had no basic obedience training. Dogs know how to live in a dog world. They do not know what's expected of them in a human world. It is their right and our responsibility to provide them with the basic training they need to be able to live comfortably in our human-controlled world. Now, every day of a dog's life, they could have a brand new experience. Vacuum cleaners, fireworks, children laughing, children screaming, big hats, umbrellas, bearded faces, bright colors, the list goes on and on. We are responsible for helping our dogs learn how to greet these new experiences successfully with calm and confidence. A dog who is socialized and trained is truly a joy to live with. Many of you may be familiar with the alpha concept, the alpha theory, which promotes dominance in our relationship with dogs and dominance in how we train our dogs. The alpha concept, as it applies to wolves and dogs, has been proven through research to be invalid. In her book, Animals Make Us Human, Temple Grandin cites the work of Dr. L. David Mack, who for 13 years studied wolves in the wild on Ellesmere Island in the Northwest Territories of Canada. Now, Dr. Mack's findings are vital in that they change how we have viewed wolves for centuries. In her book, Grandin quotes Mack when he says, "In the wild, wolves do not live in packs, and there is no alpha male who fights other wolves to maintain his dominance. Grandin supports that with her comment, our entire image of wolf packs and alpha is completely wrong, and that wolves live like people do, in families with a mom, a dad, and children. Now, this impacts our dogs because of their link to the wolf and leads Grandin to suggest that what dogs need are parents, not pack leaders. Now, there is a natural dominance in the wolf-child relationship, as in dog and in human. But what's more impressive is the canine dependence on humans. Dogs depend on us for food, water, shelter, a sense of safety, companionship, love, veterinary care, medical care. And when these basic core needs are not met, we see the implications on a global level. We see dogs who are homeless, scavenging for food, dogs who don't feel safe because they're not safe. And when they get injured or ill, they often don't recover because they don't get the medical care they need. So with all this already in place, the natural dominance in the parent-child relationship, the impressive dependence on the human, it doesn't seem necessary to impose dominance in our relationship with our dog, and certainly not dominance in how we train our dogs. Employing positive training techniques in a parent relationship based on trust and respect will grow and foster that long, loving relationship we want with our dogs. Now, we have another responsibility as a pet parent, and that is to provide our dogs with a job, something with meaning, something they can look forward to. Dogs are bright-feeling beings. A job is important for them. Training is the perfect job. Training is a lifelong job. You create the training opportunity for your dog, and the key is to every day for the rest of your dog's life, ask for those learned behaviors. Every day, ask for the sit, the stay, the come, the wait, the leave it. Reinforce it with positive thank yous, positive verbal praise, positive petting, random treats. You now have a dog with a foundation of behavior you can build on. Now you have a dog you can teach tricks. You can have fun learning tricks together. You have a dog, you could pursue pet-assisted therapy training. Or you may want to pursue some canine sports. Agility and nosework are just two of the many out there. You have a dog who can walk by your side calmly for long quality walks, which will benefit both you and your dog with exercise and time together. Schedule frisbee times for play, fetch for play dates with other dogs. The important thing is our dogs give us so very much. Giving them something meaningful to look forward to is certainly something we can do for them. I would like you all to meet Ruby. Ruby is what we call a senior dog. Now, Ruby is safe with her family, but dogs like Ruby are surrendered to shelters simply for being old. When a dog comes into our life, it's imperative that we commit to the lifelong relationship from the beginning to the very end. Our dogs need us the most at the very end. So let your face be the last face your dog sees, and let your touch be the last touch your dog feels. Let's talk about a pet owner. Our laws define dogs as property. This can become emotional in divorce settlements and certainly any legal situation where a dog is the focus. We pay money for dogs. We buy them, and we refer to ourselves as dog owners. Our grammar etiquette objectifies all animals, but tells us to be grammatically correct, we must refer to our dogs as it and that. With this influencing us, if we are already a person who relates to dogs as more of an object, it just seems that on some level, it's easier to dispose of them. This happens at a frequency in the United States that we refer to it as the disposable dog syndrome. Let's talk about a pet parent. A pet parent knows they have a voice, but more importantly, they know their voice is the voice for their dog. Our dogs cannot speak for themselves. We are their voice. An informed pet parent knows their voice can influence laws to change. A pet parent embraces a dog as a true member of their family. and refers to their dog as the sentient being it is, as a he and a she. And a pet parent knows there's power in this because they know language changes behavior. A super pet parent is a parent who brings a dog into their life, into their family as a true family member, relates to them as the sentient being they are, but also provides them with training, socialization, a job, and commits to the lifelong relationship with this dog. And this is a dog's life saved. And just as important, a super pet parent shares their information with other pet parents, shares their training skills, their parenting skills, their overall knowledge of their dog. And this has the potential to save more dogs' lives. So let's go forward with these good ideas and share them. They're worth spreading to help make the world a better place for our beloved dogs and all the humans and the pet parents who love them. You know, it's said a life journey is just a bit sweeter when traveled with a dog. I want to wish each and every one of you a continued wonderful life journey. And if your journey does include a dog, please give your loving dog a loving pet for me. I thank you.